we want to introduce you to Cube, our copyright transformation that will provide the foundation for transparency that the music copyright industry requires. But first, a little bit about what we do here at ICE. We are the world's first multi-territorial copyright administration, online processing and licensing hub, and offer our flexible suite of services to publishers, societies and digital service providers. We launched our copyright service in 2010 and now maintain a database of over 32 million works on behalf of 7 collection societies. We have already processed in excess of 5 million works registrations in 2018. The growth of ICE and the increasing demands of our industry has meant that the time is now right for change. The experiences gained over the last 8 years have forged the concepts upon which we are now rebuilding our services and systems. Cube is the means by which we will transform our copyright services and systems by changing the way we manage incoming and outgoing information and moving to a fully cloud-based solution. Cube will combine our deep copyright domain expertise with the technological expertise of our partner, Stage. The Stage team are the talent that were behind Omniphone and built and launched around 20 digital music services. This experience of building resilient solutions for the music industry, fused with first-class cloud development capabilities, makes them the ideal partner for ICE. One essential experience we are leveraging is the importance of rules, as without investing a significant amount of effort to develop and reach consensus on a common data policy, any technical innovation introduced to help the processing of this data will struggle to achieve its full potential. The common policy needs to include rules for determining the authority of a data source, matching and mastering or aggregating the data. Over the last 2 years, ICE has invested significant time and effort working with rights holders to create a common data policy. It is the application of these rules to the raw incoming copyright data that enable us to provide a consolidated copyright picture for any given work. Whilst common rules are essential for consolidating data, there also needs to be flexibility for the rules which determine how the data is interpreted and calculated. There will be variations across each customer, as these interpretation rules are often tied to their membership agreements and therefore need to be customizable. All these different rules need to be trusted and relied upon by all parties supplying and using the copyright data. And to instill this trust, the system operating the rules and managing the data must have transparency as its foundation. The Cube system will therefore have transparency in its DNA. All actions, additions and updates will be traceable and visible, not just against the original data, but to the version of the rules which was applied to the data to make the change. This applies whether adding new works, updating claims, updating publishing agreements, or just carrying out an action within an agreed workflow. All rules are graphically represented and therefore easily interpreted. The use of cloud technology gives the opportunity to greatly increase the scalability and performance of our processing. The introduction of improved matching rules and clearly defined data authority rules will increase automation, reduce manual effort, and increase efficiency and productivity. Whilst managing all the rules within a highly flexible rules engine means that rules are highly visible, not embedded deep within software code, and that our business experts become directly involved in the creation and updating of rules. New or amended rules can also be tested to assess their impact before being applied across an enormous dataset within short timescales. So how do the data policy rules work? With Cube, we are implementing a master data management model within which all copyright data provided to ICE is retained in its original form in a repository that is exclusive for each submitter and cannot be altered by any other party. All data submitted runs through a common set of rules which govern matching, the assessment of authority, and the mastering process that is ultimately responsible for the merging of works. Matching determines whether the new registration is a new work or an additional claim for an existing work. New works are simply added to the master. Data authority and mastering rules decide what data is added to the master. This can involve filling missing gaps or solving overlapping data of differing authority. This data authority is applied at a field-by-field level of granularity. Some new registrations will override the existing master as a result of this data authority assessment, whereas new registrations of lower authority will not impact the master. In some cases, overlapping claims have equal authority. When this occurs, a workflow will be initiated to resolve the conflict, which is referred to as a counterclaim. The workflow directly involves all the rights holders involved in the conflicting claims and provides tools to resolve the counterclaim. ICE does not resolve the issue, but simply provides the platform for the rights holders to interact with each other and thus speed up the resolution. The workflow is fully compliant with the CSAC best practice for resolving counterclaims. In addition to transparency, the objectives of CUBE are to increase the efficiency and improve the accuracy of the data submitted to ICE, and massively increase the speed that we can calculate the royalty shares for works and deliver them to our customers and partners. CUBE will ultimately harness cloud computing and machine learning technologies to deliver a highly flexible and automated copyright system, which will increase the speed, accuracy and transparency with which ICE consolidates multi-territorial copyright data. CUBE's highly transparent and flexible rules engine has enabled industry-leading copyright experts to work in symbiosis with software engineers for the first time. Rules can now be configured and rapidly applied across over 40 million works to deliver the best single source of truth for the industry. The highly sophisticated architecture of CUBE and the unlimited scalability of the cloud means that ICE can now run the necessary share calculations to support a society distribution in 5 minutes and migrate and master the data of a new society customer in just 30 minutes. So how does CUBE benefit our stakeholders? For our society customers, the increased efficiency and higher automation and transparency of our processing will provide confidence that their data will be processed in a reliable and consistent way and according to the rules that they have agreed. The speed at which accurate work copyright data is made available will also be increased and thus reduce the risk that authoritative copyright data is not available at the point their invoicing and distribution processes need to take place, whilst the increased performance of calculating and providing shares will enable them to run faster. Publishers and creators will also benefit from the same confidence that their claims will be received and represented correctly within the copyright. The quicker availability of authoritative copyright data will also reduce the risk of late royalty payment or losing royalties, whilst tools to speed up the resolution of claim conflicts mean that royalties which are unable to be invoiced or tied up in suspense accounts will be freed up earlier, thus reducing the risk of revenue loss. For music users, increased confidence in the completeness and accuracy of claims will reduce the risk of over-invoicing and disputes, whilst the access to higher quality metadata will also improve quality of usage reporting. Our new CUBE copyright services will launch in spring 2019. Thank you for watching. To keep up with the latest news on these projects, you can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter, or visit our website at www.iceservices.com.